Good morning, everyone. So we have discussed about exception handling, right? And their definition and what is meant by exception and what is meant by abnormal termination and graceful termination. All terms we know, right? After that, we move to checked and unchecked exception, and we discussed about arithmetic exception, right? Arithmetic exception is comes under unchecked expression. After that, what does after that we discussed about syntax of the try catch block. So here in the green color terms indicates to keywords: try, catch, finally. These are all the keywords, and we have the 5 type of keywords like in the exception handling: try, catch, finally, and throw and throws. These are all the keywords. Okay. So we'll discuss one by one today. First of all, let me explain about this hierarchy. See here, every class has superclass is java.lang.object. This is the superclass of all classes, and the child class is that object child class is throwable. Throwable is the parent class of all exception. Okay, this is the parent class coming from java.lang package dot throwable. Throwable is the parent class for all exception, and throwable has 2 childs. That is, one is exception and one is error. Under this exception, we have the runtime exception. Under this, we have null point exception and illegal argument exception, array index box out of exception, arithmetic exception, and another child of exception is IO exception class and file not exception class and class not found exception class. These are all the child classes of runtime exception. Their parent is exception. Their parent is java.lang throwable. Their parent is object. This is hierarchy. Here, IO exception, nothing but input output exception, is direct child to exception class. Their parent is java.lang throwable. Right. Their parent is java.lang object. So, what I'm trying to make a point here, let me explain. Okay, see here. So we know this is exception means unwanted, unexpected situation happen. 2, it will disturb the normal flow of program. Then we have to handle that by using, otherwise by surrounding with try catch block. And we have explained about, I yesterday explained about this interview, this example. After that some more of the example is there, ATM debit card. Suppose in the ATM machine, if you go to the automatic teller machine, like if you enter some data, if you give the input 10,000, then immediately message will come to your mobile, 10,000 debited. But the process was not done because we are not received the money, right? This is called abnormal termination. So this all code they will write in the try catch block only. So risky code they will write in try, after that they will catch, and finally they will write this message: sorry for inconvenience, right? Whatever in the block, finally it will execute alwaysly, right? Then only it will come. Okay, and risky code we have to put in the try block. So write this one, and graceful termination, abnormal termination also done. Program should okay. See here, I am explaining about hierarchy. This hierarchy. This hierarchy is very, very important. In the interview room, they will ask what is mean by throwable means. What is the throwable means? If they ask anyone, throwable is a superclass or subclass or parent class for the all exception. That is, he is expecting answer. Okay. Superclass for this is the java.lang.object is the superclass for all classes, and java.lang throwable is the java.lang throwable is the superclass or base class for all exceptions. Okay, that's why we are writing in the catch block directly. Here writing exception, right? That is the reason behind this one. Throwable and exception. If you write this one, no need to write explicitly arithmetic exception and null point exception. That's why they wrote here directly exception. If you write throwable also, it is valid. Why? Because of it is a parent. His child is exception. Under this child is these three are like these four. Mostly in the industry, we are facing these exceptions only. This null point exception and arithmetic exception. We are dealing with arrays. Then we found with array index out of box exception and file not found exception. This I will explain today only. This exception and class not found exception sometimes. These are all the exception in industry we will find out. So here, if you give here parent class, no need to explicitly write the all classes. Why? Because of all comes under from they're all are inheriting from parent class only. That is the reason here class name exception and their reference variable e. That is the reason behind writing exception in the parameter. So this is the superclass and their child. Their child is exception and error. Their childs are runtime exception, null point exception, illegal, arithmetic, and IO exception. IO exception is direct child to exception, and class not found exception is direct child of exception class. So based on this hierarchy only, we have to write here parameter. That is the reason. We can, so here what is here exception? A divided by Z, A divided by B. Here B is 0, A is 10. We know this is one arithmetic exception. We can write here arithmetic exception, not a matter. Possible task, that's why it is throw the error. Java will stop this program. Okay, yesterday also we saw the explicitly where it stopped the lines. It will stop the lines here only. Then this is a risky code. That risky code we put into try block. And moreover, we have to put as much as possible lines in the try block. Why? Because of risky code, it won't execute. Try block, it won't execute the risky code. After that, alternate solution. Okay. In the catch, we have to write the alternate solution and we have to write the finally. Finally also one. Execution completed. Just a simple message. Just to run this yesterday's code only. This is yesterday continuous code, right? I am explaining this one continuously. Yesterday I taught try and catch block. Today I will explain finally and some more programs. Okay, it's loading slowly. Okay, run as on a application. Let me see what it will come. See here, execution completed came here. Why? Because of it will always execute for that purpose. After that, what happened? Main method started. right? So main method started coming from here. Okay, main method started. After that it's printed on the console. After that it's printed result a and b divided by this one result, whatever the result, it default value printed null. After that main method ended, it's printed on the console. After that it went to, okay, first it's printed this one catch block, right? In the catch block reference variable dot non-static method, then it printed the actual problem by 0 divided by 0, that is the actual problem, get message. This is all the things. So in the try block risky code, what we have to put in the try block means only risky code. What's a risky code? Any value divided by 0, right? This line only. This is the risky code. That risky code, the whole numbers, that whole lines we have to put in the try block. And catch. In the catch block, what is the problem? Handling divided by 0, right? Just a second. Okay. So in the catch block, what is the problem? Handling divided by 0. That's why that expression is arithmetic exception because of divided by 0. After that, finally, what finally it does? It always executes. Clear? After that, it's print on the console. That is the definition of try and catch and finally. This is alternate solution. Try is risky code. In the try block, we have to put risky code. In the catch block, alternate solution. We have to write here actually solution. Okay. Finally, it is one keyword, and it is in the block we have to write the always execute. Like whatever it is happening or not happening, finally we should always execute, like ATM. Suppose what is the necessary here? If try and catch is necessary, then finally not necessary. See here, it won't throw any error. Finally block is optional, but for best practice we have to write all the blocks, right? Try is mandatory. Without try block, we couldn't keep the risky code in the try block. And catch also we can write 2 or more catch blocks based on the requirement. In the real time also, like they will use 2 catch blocks, okay, based on the length of the problem, okay. And finally also it's not recommended, but in the real time they will use for always execute for the one message purpose. After that, logic. So main thing, try, catch, finally, these are all the keywords. We have to handle the program to the graceful termination. This is called graceful termination, okay. Then what else here? Arithmetic done from the unchecked exceptions, right? This is coming from unchecked exceptions. Now what we'll do, let me explain. Okay, let me explain this one, hierarchy. Okay, so here only I stopped, right? So throwable is the base class for all exception. After that, exception class, runtime exception, Okay, it has two classes. Okay, these are all done. File not exception and IO not exception. Okay, see here, I wrote one example for null point exception demo. See here, I took one class name as null pointer demo. I took one main method. In the main method, here I took one variable string. After that, that data type is string. I didn't initialize any variable. Generally, how to initialize the variables? In the string, we have to give in the string in the Eclipse IDE how the arithmetic null point exception will comes. This is the most common thing in the industry. They will face. Okay, where is this? Let me go to show view, package explorer. It will come. Let me expand this one. Let me create already. BT, right. Okay, let me create here one. Let me remove this one. You understand this one, right? This is called arithmetic exception. Let me create one class name as a. I'm explaining about null point. Okay, just see here now. Let me remove this code. Let me take one variable name as like str only, and this is the string data type. That's it. And let me give the inside null. Save this one. After that, I'm trying to find the system.out.println str dot length. See here. Here I didn't declare any data, but I'm trying to find the length. What is the length? What is the data length? Then it will throw the exception. Why? Because of application. It will throw the exception, that is arithmetic. Null point exception. Okay, what happened? Let me rerun this code. Window, show you console. Okay, see now, what is your expression? What is this problem occurred? Java dot null pointer exception. Clear? And it is telling explicitly the problem. Exception in the thread main method java.lang package, right? What is our this one? Java.lang. It is the super class for all the things, all the classes. Okay, java.lang package null point exception. Where is here null point exception? This one. In the, see here, this null point exception also one class. Their parent is exception and their parent is java.lang throwable and their parent is java.lang object. So all classes package is java.lang and this is the one sub package null pointer exception. That's why package java.lang dot null point exception. Okay, After that, where problem occur actually, this is called abnormal termination. This is not recommended in the industry. As a developer, we have to handle this exception, right? So what is problem here? At com.zulai nodes, that is my package name. After that, null point sample, that is my class name. In this package, in this class, it throw the error. Which line? It throw the error at the line number 9. Right? What is here line number 9? In the 9 number line, I am trying to find out the length of the string. But here I didn't declare any data. Right? That's why, suppose if I give any name, suppose earlier I gave the Mahesh, then it will find the length. How many letters here? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it's printed nicely. But without giving the data, I am trying to find out this length. But all will ask, like all will have doubt. You gave the null, right? Null is the default value of string. That's why generally we have to give the data in the quotations, right? So previously I demonstrated that instead of giving null, I gave the Mahesh. Then it's printed on the console 6. Now without giving the data, I'm trying to find out the length. But then it will go to the object, it will find the data. Then it didn't find anything. Then it throw the null point exception. Then what is the problem here? What is the main problem here? What is the risky code here? It telling the risky code is 9th line. That's why we have to put this one, we have to surround this risky code in the try block. Right? In the try block, we have to put this risky code. Copy that one, put in the try block and remove this. Okay, see here, what is here actual exception? Null pointer exception. I will copy this one only. This is my problem. Instead of exception, I'll put null point exception. And let me code. Fully, successfully. That's it. Now save this one. Okay, see here. Let me push this one. Let me push as well as this one. So you see here, I found one exception, that is null pointer exception. Why? Because of I didn't give any data. Then what I have to do? I have to handle that exception with surrounded with try catch block. Finally is optional. If you remove or if you append, nothing and not a big deal. Then let me run this code again, once again. Let me rerun. Then it will printed null. After that, code executed successfully. Right? This is called graceful termination. Clear? Now, if you give the data, see here, if anyone not give the data, that is the problem of here. If I give the data, suppose, okay, what is the main point is here, why the null point exception will come? Because of invalid data, null point exception, and arithmetic exception also done. So these are all array index box of top exceptions. So if you remember arrays, in the array it is a fixed size, right? If you give the some data, it is the fixed size. It won't expandable. It is the one of the limit. And what is the one more drawback of the array? It is the homogeneous, right? Homogeneous means we have to give the same data type, integer data type. That is one drawback. And out of box boundaries means data, like it is because of constant space. That's why if you give the more data, then we can face this array out of box index exception, and we will go to the file not exception, right? So these are also done, and these are all, this is the main occurred exception in the real time. Someone will miss the data in the field, then it will throw the error. Null point exception. As a developer, we have to put that risky code in the right block. After that, alternate solution. We have to give the alternate solution. Otherwise, what is actually this one? What is actually exception? For that purpose, we have to get message. What is that get message? Null message. Suppose remove this one. And it will check the alternate solution is there or not. Finally is the alternate solution, and catch is the alternate solution. But recommend is catch is the alternate solution. In the catch, it is there. Alternate solution is there. Then it will go to find. After that, next lines. If there is not alternate solution, Java will stop the execution process. Right? See here. In this arithmetic exception, I am printing get message. What is here message? Divided by 0. Right? Divided by 0 is the exception. In the null point exception, what is the message? Null is the exception. Like that only, if you go with the array index out of box boundaries exception, it will print the out of box exception. The main purpose of this one, get message, to print actual exception. Clear? And this is the alternate solution. Like I gave one example, right? He want to go the interview, but his bike got punctured. Then what he should do? He should park the bike safe place and take alternate solution. Book cab or take a bus, then reach the point and do the graceful termination. That is the thing. So we have to execute the program even though we are encountered with exception. We have to complete the code gracefully. That is called graceful termination. After that, we will move to let me explain one more thing. What can I explain? File not found exception. Okay. Okay, let me explain that also. If I have file, then it is good. Okay, let me explain file not found exception also. Okay, let me found this one. Let me write one more class. Let me create one more class. Let me explain file not found exception. This is also recommended. Okay, let me write file sample and let me take public static main method. Now observe this guy. Observe this one. Right. So what I have to do? Let me write one object. So like a predefined class, file is also one predefined class. For that purpose, let me create one object file with a new keyword. Here class name is file is a one predefined class. We know predefined class, right? This is user defined class, otherwise custom class. Now I will explain predefined class. See here, we know if you go to the open declaration, it will redirect to the java.io file package. See here, java.io, it is a predefined package. In that package we have the file class, right? This class I am importing in the my file sample class. Then I can happily use these all methods. How many methods here? is invested, and get prefix length, and moreover see here file, this one. This is one method. Private, they gave the access modifier file, and they took some parameters. After that public, it is a okay, it is a private file and it is a public file. They wrote some logic if else statement and this keyword. So what I'm trying to make a point here, I can use all these methods by simply creating object for the class. Then it is asking argument. Why? I have to read the file. For that purpose, it is asking the string. Otherwise, give the URL. Otherwise, string comma file. Otherwise, string comma int. Okay, let me go to the string. Default value is null. Let me observe this one. It is reading data from my file. Okay, see here, suppose I opened a notepad. I will open notepad. In this notepad, okay, just a minute. Let me open any file. In the D drive, any files. Yeah, something mail. Mail is one in the mail. Mail. Okay, in the mail. Okay, something subject is there. Something data is there. Okay. In my local nothing but computer, mail one .txt file available in the E drive. But I will give the file name as a mail sample. Mail sample .txt. That's it. But this file I don't have. In my local I don't have this file. Then it will throw the error. That is nothing but file not found exception. After that we have to write it doesn't. Okay. So what is the meaning of this one? It is a class name, variable name, new keyword, and file is the class name. Then file object will create the we are created a file object for the named as a this one. But this file mail sample is the file. It's not available in my any disk, any local disk C or D or nothing. It's not available. Whenever file not found in your local, then it will throw the exception as file not found exception. After that, I created this one. Then what I have to do? Now I have to create one more object for the file reader. For that purpose, new object, class name is again file reader. Why? Because of in this thing file, in this mail sample will go to your local and it will check the folders, file available or not. If file available, it will print the file found. Otherwise, the chances is there, file not found exception. Okay, let me put in this pocket. Let me run this code actually. This console. Let me show appearance. Show view, and let me go to the console. Let me try to find file. Just to save this one, let me run. What it will come? Mail sample is printed directly. It's the object. It's in message pane. So I took random file mail.sample. If you go to the any folder in my PC, in my C drive, in my D drive, E drive, in any drives, this file not at all there, not at all available in my folders. Then it is trying to read in the file. Then file not found, that mail sample is not found. That's why it's through the error. What error? From the main method java.io package file not found exception. File not found exception. Right? Why? Because of mail sample. This mail sample file txt file not available in my local. That's why it throw the file not exception, and it throw the java.long base and java.io input stream. These are all the exceptions coming from the 219. These are all coming from the IO lines. I mean java.package only. These are all the mandatory things, but you didn't give the any name. That's why it throw the file not found exception. Before that, null point exception. Before that, arithmetic exception. So here the point is this file is not at all available. That's why it's through the error. Then how to arrange this one? How to handle this one? What is your main this thing? It is telling that lot of things, and it is telling file not specific. Okay, see here file sample exception main is 13th line. Okay, that's why let me go to here 13th line. This one I will surrounded with throws. Already it's surrounded with throws, that is file not found exception. This is one more keyword. Throw. Right? Throws and it throw, and we can, this is the one, actually it is one optional. We can surround it with try, catch, finally, otherwise throws. If you put the throws, there is a chances it may throw the exception. What is that exception? File not found exception. That's why we have to put this one in the, we have to use the throws and we have to give the file not found exception. Then already it's throwing the error explicitly in this line, So I have to put this risky code in the try block. So this is the thing. Now let me rewrite this file. So this is what should I take? Let me create this one class. Now let me write what is your class name? File sample, right? File sample. See, this is very little complicated. Understand this one. See here, it is showing the error because of I am trying to explain one more method in the method. That's why public read file. I will take one method. So in this method, what can I write? I will write this only. These two lines. These two lines, copy. Let me put in the different method and add throw declaration. Then it will file not found exception done. After this, observe this one. I will explain again this one. And let me write system.out.println. What message can I write? Okay. File found. Just save this one. Now I will write try catch in this one. Try catch. Now tell you. Let me write in that. Let me write this one and concatenation symbol. What is the main? What is actually exception in the reference variable? Let me put this one. Okay, it is shown. What is this here? Just simply save this one. What I have to write here? Okay. Simple. Let me remove this. In my local, what available? This one, mail. Mail.txt already available in the E drive. Right? In the E drive already file available. If I give the some any mismatch mail, then suppose n mail, this is not at all available in my local, then I will try to run this code, then it will throw the error n mail. Okay, the thing is here we have to give the proper this one path, then only it will found the message found, otherwise it will throw the file not found exception. To handle this one we have to give the throws keyword file not found exception. After that it will go to the main method, after that it will print on the console. Okay, I think it's not working properly. I will explain this one tomorrow. Again, file not found exception. Right? Okay. This is little pending. After that we will go to null point exception already done, right? Null point exception already here, this one, null point exception. If you give the data, it will print with null. If you give the Mahesh, then it will check the length and it will give the 6. After that, this is the arithmetic exception, right? So these three things done: null point and arithmetic substitution. File not found exception I will explain tomorrow. Actually, file not found is a checked exception. This through when the attempt file does not exist in the mail or the file cannot be opened in the some reason. Okay, like permission issue or the wrong path. So okay, we will see this one tomorrow, and I will start the collection framework tomorrow onwards. Okay, this is also very important. List, linked list, queue, hash, these are all very important concepts. Okay, I will start tomorrow collections, after that advanced Java. That's it about tomorrow. That's it about today class. Tomorrow I will explain this file not found exception. After that, collection framework. That's it. Bye bye. Stopping recording.